All right, Cancer, let's see what's going on for you. This is Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Cancer, for mid-April. Let's see what wants to show up for you. Let's see what wants to come up. Feel free to swap around the energies. Full moon in Scorpio later this month. Another water sign. Feel free to swap around the energies. As always, I could be talking to a cross watcher. So what we do here on this channel is I'm working with you. Okay, so you're using your intuition, and is this reading for you or not for you? It could be your moon, rising, or Venus sign might be your reading. So not every Cancer sun sign is going to find this resonates with them. So just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay, all right. Time underneath, that's Saturn energy. Growth, guides, divine masculine. Wow. Okay. So some of you divine masculine, I feel like I am connecting in with a very spiritual couple. It's been challenging. Okay. This has been very challenging. Look who's back there messing up the blanket. It's been very challenging recently, especially. Very challenging recently, especially. And I feel like your guides are trying to get your attention right now. Okay. So what can be coming through is a sense of your own spiritual connection. What am I doing here? What's my purpose? You could be kind of twisted around in that, not really sure what that is. Your job is to do the work. Do the work of your spiritual connection. Do the work. Open up to it. Start meditating, start building something that is going to help you connect with your guides. All right. So this divine masculine energy, I could be talking to a masculine Cancer who is not really doing their work or something like that. They're very closed. If I'm talking to a divine feminine, then you're feeling that energy of your masculine being closed. They're not really doing the work. Saturn right now is in Pisces, and that is asking us to create a spiritual practice for ourselves, asking us to do, whatever work is showing up for us. We really you can't cheap out on it. You can't get away from it. You can't kind of put it off for another day. It's Saturn is really asking you to dive in and connect. Okay, dive in and connect to your guides. That's going to help you a lot. So 6 of Wands underneath, the King of Swords, 7 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, really, King of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. I feel like some of you, 3 of Wands and the Temperance card, I feel like some of you are resisting a partner. Maybe you're resisting your divine partner right now. And there's a lot to say. Okay, there's a lot to say. You might have to have some communications with them. I almost feel like some of you are, if you are dealing with a divine masculine right now and you're a feminine Cancer, I feel like you're seeing them as having a lot of ego issues, or they're really resisting their spiritual work, really resisting it, not stepping into it, not dealing with it. In fact, they might even say to you, like, I'm kind of turning my back on this. Archangel Michael is here. So you might want to activate Archangel Michael. I'll use Archangel Michael in a second here, but let me lay out the reading. Yeah, Fool. So Cancerians, Fool, Judgment, King of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, Strength card, 3 of Swords, Devil energy, 5 of Wands, and the Empress. There's the divine feminine energy. I just feel like there's such a clash, Cancer, between you and your divine partner right now. Whichever of you is Cancer. You could be dealing with an earth sign, a Capricorn, or someone who's a Leo, someone who is very visible. I just feel like they don't know that you're kind of walking away from them. you're making a choice to turn your back on them right now. If you're turning your back on a divine masculine who's not doing their work, totally understandable. If you're a divine masculine who is like, I'm not dealing, well, you probably aren't watching this reading, but I'm not dealing with my spiritual work. I'm not going to be doing anything like that. I do feel like your divine partner is a little bit heartbroken about that. Okay. I just feel like some of you are choosing a financial path that isn't spiritually related to you at all. Some of you are going back to an old career. Some of you are taking advice, from someone who's very much tied to the earth plane, someone who's very much tied to tradition and how we've always done things. And this is because the world is really changing. And I feel like later on you might find that you're struggling. So someone here is choosing to be tied financially, to be tied to something that is a financial decision that is taking you away from your spiritual path or your growth path in life. And you may think, Cancer, if this is you, you may think that this is the right thing to do because there is some kind of financial reward to it. But I also feel like if you've been walking around on this planet being like, I really want to know what my mission and purpose is and everything like that, and then you're choosing to resist that mission and purpose because it may not seem like it has enough money to it, then I'm kind of telling you that what you might be resisting is your actual spiritual path. That spiritual path can lead to a financial reward. I don't know why I'm getting this. Turning your back on your spiritual path. Okay, the King of Pentacles. Tower. Ooh, Seven of Swords, Page of Swords, and there's your card of the Chariot. Yeah. Okay. Who is choosing a career path just for the money? Who is choosing a career path because there's a financial reward to it? Okay, how do I say this? Money considerations are always part of the determination of a career path. Okay, doing something Saturn-like. Okay, Saturnian. It's almost like you're choosing to be more Capricorn than you are Cancer. Like you're not thinking with your heart at all. This is not about that. This is a very practical decision that you're making to turn your back on a spiritual path because you can't see where it goes. Instead, you're choosing something. And I feel like I want you to be careful about choosing a career path. I feel like they might be lying to you. Okay. Like they may say to you, oh yeah, there's hardly any travel involved. And as it turns out, you're on a plane from Sunday night to Friday night. Now, you may love that, but I feel like they're not telling you the whole truth. And if you do like that, if that's something that you do like, there's just a sense of like whatever they've told you might not be true. Whether you are okay with it or not, it kind of is immaterial, because I think what you're doing here is you're ignoring some guidance about staying on the spiritual path. And you can do it. You can turn your back on a spiritual direction and say, you know what, I'm going in a new direction. This Three of Swords makes me feel almost like, like all roads lead to Rome. So if you're going to do this, you're still going to be tasked with your spiritual lessons. And this may or may not give you the financial support that you want to do it, to become who you're going to become. No matter what's happening, you're going to be coming across the spiritual lessons that you have, no matter what choice you make right now. You choose to walk away from your twin flame or divine partner, fine. You're going this other direction. the lessons still show up. So I feel like some of you are like, okay, wow, I can't be dealing with the spiritual thing anymore. It's too much. I'm swallowing everybody's pain. I'm the one who has to do everything for everybody else. No more. Done. And so I'm going to choose this practical path, super practical, maybe Virgo-esque or Capricorn-esque, super practical, Saturn. I'm going to tote that barge and lift that bale. I'm going to do whatever they say, whatever they tell me, because I think there's this big rainbow pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. And I'm going to say to you that probably isn't true. It's not going to be as financially rewarding as you think. Now, I am also getting this message here of I'm walking toward, you might not, I keep getting this sense of like, I'm walking away from all of this stuff, but you're actively walking right toward it. You're walking right toward a lesson that is going to be presented to you because you made this choice. Okay. So no matter what, how do I say that? I keep trying to get at this. It's like, you're not going to be free of it. You're not going to be free of this spiritual path, no matter what you do. Okay. So, why is the 3 of Swords showing up? Hanged Man, 10 of Swords, Justice, and the Knight of Swords. So this is kind of like doing things the hard way, doing this lesson the hard way. So sometimes in my Pathfinder group, we talk about free will, and we talk about, well, destiny versus free will and all of that. And there are definitely lessons on your path that you will not be able to escape, because these are the lessons you agreed to when you came to this life. So what we do get to choose is how those lessons show up for us. And I feel like you've just chosen something that puts you squarely into this divine masculine battle. Okay. The divine masculine is having a battle with money and power. And what if money isn't worth anything anymore? Then do they really have power? Right? There's something about that. You put yourself squarely in that. You may be identifying as a divine feminine and you're watching this with your masculine. Your masculine is like, I'm going back to the old way. I'm going back to the old life. I'm going to just completely, I was just kidding. It's not good for me to step into this spiritual path. It feels hard. It feels scary. So I'm just going to turn around and sort of drive the truck back to when I had like freedom to roam and to do stuff. And it wasn't so all this thinking, all this endless thinking. And lo and behold, the path they choose actually brings them to the same lesson. So in Pathfinders, I say, this is the road that you have planned for, and you can do it in a very comfortable car that has air conditioning and has your music on the radio, and it's a clear, blue sky with beautiful sun. Or you can choose to be on a broken down scooter that or a little tricycle that has a flat tire driving over broken glass. I feel like you think you've chosen the Range Rover or the very comfortable car, but I actually think that the vehicle you've chosen is going to make it more challenging. It's going to make this, because not having that divine feminine partner by your side may make this much more challenging. Hanged Man and the 10 of Swords. Justice and the Knight of Swords. So there's some kind of unfairness here. And you might have chosen to not believe when they're like, oh, there's no travel, and it's actually Sunday night to Friday night, which at first glance you might not care about, but after a while it gets pretty old. Okay. And it's like, there's no home time. There's no seeing my kids. And it's like, okay, well, I chose it for the money. I wasn't really paying attention to any of those other red flags. Now, there's something about divine feminine here. I'm going to read you this divine masculine one just so we can get a sense of the goal here of this deck, talking about divine masculine. The divine masculine is the embodiment of logic, direct action, and strength. In his most evolved aspect, he represents the builder, the protector, the guardian. Drawing this card can symbolize that divine masculine energy is needed to balance your current situation. It can also represent father or brother healing and the healing of relationships, with the divine masculine in your life. So I almost feel like whatever road you're choosing here is about healing father wound or healing your relationship to masculinity in your life. You might have a wounded Mars in your birth chart. If you're a feminine, you may be having a wounded Mars, a wounded masculine, not being able to take action that brings about opportunities that are expansive to your life. Instead, they feel like drudgery. You think you're getting free of one thing, you're running away from something to get to and taking a road that might be even more challenging. All right. So we're going to get deeper into this, Cancer. There's a link below. I'll see you over there right away.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.